The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Rock Fantasy. Get up to 1K in a deposit match when you sign up for Rock Fantasy, promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It is currently Friday morning, July 25th, around 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm your host, Scott Reichel, once again joined by Adam Rosenberg. Together, we're going to break down our favorite props for the card on Friday. Adam, how's it going with you? What's up?
It's good. We're on a little bit of an underdog heater.
Yes, we ended up winning the underdog entry last episode. A shout out to the fantasy score for Ciccone, which we took the lower on, which worked out well for us. So yeah, can't complain. I went 2-1
We won our. Well, it feels. You know what it is? We won 2 of the last 4, but one of them was like a 6.45, and the other one was 4. Yeah, it's been great.
Yep, can't complain. I went 2-1 on the props last episode. I know that overall the episode was fine. Nothing amazing, but overall we'll try to do a little bit better this time around, but can't complain.
Or not. Or we could be like Twitter cappers who are just like, who do like, dear diary, I gotta do better. Me. It's like, dude, like anybody who's like buyer beware all the time, but like, shut up.
I think the problem that we ran into on the show is that we didn't promise free VIP picks on the losers, so that might ruin some of the credibility, that we have on the show. But yeah, once again, episode last time went out was fine. Moniak did not get 2 bases for me. He only got 1, and that was the only play that I lost. But we'll try to, once again, do a little bit better this time around. Anything you want to talk about before we get into the props?
No. What do you want to talk about? The nailer move? Seattle?
If you want to. Of course, that's the first of many moves Arizona is going to make over the next few days. For Seattle, I get it. You wanted to get another power bat. Do I think your team is good enough anyway? Probably not, but you want to get a wild card spot. So we'll see what happens. But
they're not completely out of that division.
They're not out of that division. I just don't personally think they're good enough, in my opinion. But I think Seattle's...
I don't think Houston's good enough.
That's fine, too. But you can argue that at some point, maybe Jordan comes back, and we know Houston always buys at the deadline. So the question is, even if you don't really like Houston that much, do you think Seattle's good enough to overtake them? And maybe it's just based on some personal bias because I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
I don't really trust Seattle to catch up to Houston. I understand why they did it. That Naylor move to Arizona really backfired. I'll put it that way because that did not last long with that franchise. But I do think
that was the Slade move.
It was. I'm saying
and Slade got better when he went to. We faded him the other day, but he developed a changeup when he got to Cleveland.
Yeah, Slade's actually going distance now. He's turned into I'd say a serviceable starter. And Naylor was used for half a season, and they immediately traded him.
Like the thing is that they bought high on Naylor. Naylor's K rate was insanely low last year.
Yeah,
it was like 19%, and regression hit. That I don't think Seattle's very good. They needed they need left-handed bats there because
I get why they made the move for Naylor. Do I think it's enough to put them over the top? Not really, but
I'm also on that island that I don't think Gino Suarez moves the needle for anybody. He's not hitting 20 home runs for somebody when he gets acquired. People forget that he was a platoon player at the end of his tenure in Seattle.
And he's always going to strike out a ton. Now, Suarez is a guy, as a Yankees fan, who I personally think the Yankees will end up getting.
I think they'll overpay for him, but yeah. I also think it's better. We'll talk about this with your play. The guy who you have as one of your plays is below replacement.
He's terrible. But the point is for Suarez, I do think the Yankees will overpay for him. And Suarez, I know, is in the middle of an insane season.
He's a pure rental, too.
Yeah. I think, you can argue that if the team that trades for him might be inclined to re-sign, depending on how much they give up for him. But, look, I understand what Arizona's doing. I respect the move that they decided, you know what, we made a deep run in the playoffs a couple of years ago. Since then, it has not worked out. We're in the same division as the Dodgers, which is never fun. Why don't we just blow it up? So I respect what Arizona's doing. Seattle, I understand the vision. Do I think Naylor's good enough to change their fortunes by being one guy? No. But I can understand why they made the move for a lefty bat. I think the Yankees will overpay for Suarez at some point. Kelly might get traded. Gallen's fallen off a cliff. We'll see if they trade him too. But yeah, Suarez will get to when he eventually does get traded. But as a Yankees fan, I personally don't want him because I think that he is a really short-term vision type of acquisition. The Yankees need help as an organization because nobody can field, and the prospects seem to always underachieve. That's more of a grand scheme thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't see that being we're one piece away
Yeah, I agree.
World
I
Series.
agree.
That's Suarez. So I think the Yankees will make the move anyway because Cashman's desperate. But I personally don't think he moves the needle as much as people.
I don't either. Here's my thing about Gino Suarez that I can sum up. If Gino Suarez was as good as his eye-popping stats say they are, he wouldn't be batting sixth.
The guy hits a bunch of home runs. He strikes out a ton. He plays an okay third base.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I look at
That's
it.
how
But
I look at it.
The Yankees' third baseman situation is so bad that they might feel extra inclined to give up some prospects. And I think Arizona is going to get a pretty decent haul for him. When last year, that would have sounded insane when you think about it.
I mean, did you see that the rotation is this weekend against the Phillies?
Yes.
It's a fucking joke.
Yes, it is. The bullpen's also quite bad right now for the Yankees. So,
yeah, everything's bad.
Everything's bad.
So. But they're going to overpay for pieces, and that's kind of how.
That's how Cashman rolls. That's how he keeps his job every time. Besides having some type of, I'd say, favoritism by Hal Steinbrenner, his move is I'm going to make it look like I'm very busy at the deadline, so I'm improving the team, and then that way they won't fire me. And that's been how he's keeping his job for 20 years, give or take. So We'll see what happens. But once again, that was one trade that happened. I don't think it moves many needles. I get why Seattle did it. I don't know if Naylor is as good as people think he actually is. Separate point for Arizona.
I don't think yeah. I mean, look, the reality is like, and we'll get to it because I know everyone's like, we want it. I love seeing Trevor getting shit on immediately. Is that are there any players that are really needle movers that are getting moved
that are available to deadline this year?
Yeah.
No. Normally you get
it's a seller's market, but it's also not like
normally you get one or two serious aces, and those are the kind of guys that maybe can change a team's fortunes in the future. We don't really have that this year. We don't have that super ace that's available that we tend to see every year. And you might see a couple of people be mentioned. I don't think they're the type of aces that I'm talking about. You have no Screwballs, you have no Skeens. Sale's injured. Sale would have been a prime candidate, but he's going to be out for the season.
Sale but Sale sign has a massive extension.
Correct. I didn't say that once again he would be officially traded, but that is the type of guy I'm referring to for a team that's falling apart with a really good starting pitcher that they have no use for. I don't really see that in this market. Do you?
Yep. No, I don't. I mean, the reality is that there's only a few teams that are willing to buy big. Most of the pieces are rentals, so it doesn't make sense to give up a lot of top prospects for it. There's some intriguing rumors that I thought are interesting. Is I like the rumor of Sandy going to Toronto. I like that a lot.
I don't even know if Sandy counts though, because he's been so bad this year, but in past
he's
years,
also he's 14 months removed from like a very serious.
Correct. So the point is that he might, in theory, count as that type of guy who you can reinvent to try to bring him back to what he used
to
be.
It's also like I like Toronto's pitching, so I think that's good.
The main good pitchers I think that are on the market in theory is like a Mitch Keller or a Merrill Kelly.
Mitch Keller is in my opinion is so clearly a Yankee.
But what I'm trying to say though, I think those are like the best pitchers available in theory for this.
Yeah, and Mitch Keller's not like I still think is a 2. You know?
Yes, but he's still been pretty good, and you have Kelly. I don't think either of them are 1s, but I think you can argue that those are the type of pitchers I'm referring to, and neither one of them moves the needle that much.
Nope, I agree. I think that those things are good. I mean, my pod yesterday, we had Anthony DeBundo on, and he thought he wants the Phillies to get Luis Robert because it's like it would cost you nothing.
Yeah.
And he steals, and he also is playing like a player that doesn't want to be where he is, and so like it's a very low risk.
It's a low risk, high reward. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're not going to pick up a $20 million option on him, but that one, I'm still obviously pushing my trade Ranger Suarez thing. The Phillies pitching isn't their issue. They need to do. I would love for them to get Tyler O'Neill, but that's a little bit too expensive for some things. It's weird because like. Then you have teams that are like the Cardinals are super out of it, so they should be selling Helsley. Helsley's an elite closer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess the Brewers, it's funny because of how things have kind of moved in there. Like if I'm them, I don't know. I would move Reese to get something else because I actually like Vaughn.
Yeah.
I like Vaughn as their first baseman.
I was going to say, I talked about Milwaukee with Lonte yesterday. I think that they could use a lefty power bat and a reliever.
They always could use a lefty power bat.
Correct. So I actually thought of Nathaniel Lowe.
Nathaniel Lowe's a good
I believe
fit
he's
for
on a
them.
1-year deal, so I think that would make sense.
That'd make sense. They need a third baseman, and they could do that. But like, I agree. That makes good sense to me. Anyway, let's talk. We can go through. Well, actually, the guy who I have, you want to use this to dovetail into my first play of somebody who I would assume would be available, but I guess he might not be.
Before we actually get into the props, a reminder that if you want to check out the NFL team previews, Sports Gambling Podcast back with the 32 NFL team previews. They're also bringing back the phrase that pays. Each episode, they'll give out a word of a 32-word phrase. Submit the phrase for a chance to win a $1,000 circa future. Anyway, moving on to the actual props for the show for Friday. Adam, what's going to be your first prop on the show?
So the first one, somebody who I don't think gets traded, but they've been really, really solid lately. They feel like a guy who would get traded at this time. Mm-hmm. It's Cal Quantrill. We backed him, I believe, 2-3 shows ago for this exact same play.
Look at that guy, though. He's actually been okay.
Actually, it's the second time this week. Isn't it the second time this week that we backed him for the same exact play?
I know which play you're taking. I don't remember if that was pre-All-Star break or post-All-Star
break.
I
know it was on Monday because I backed my car into another car right after I took it.
At a celebration, of course.
Out of celebration. That, by the way, was great. Anyway, under 1.5 walks, under an 8 of 10. And he is going against, let's see, he's going against a Milwaukee dude that obviously does walk, but Cal's been just really good at this, man. Excuse me. So, Milwaukee has been against right-handed pitchers. Right-handed pitchers are under their walk line in 5 of their last 6, which is pretty good. So I'll take that. He's gone against them twice over the last 2 years. He had 1 on July 5th. He had 4 July 4th to obviously 2024. So it's good. Quattro's just had really good control. He's been really good, man. He's been solid. He's been inducing ground balls. He's got a 2.6 ERA over his last 3 starts. Give me Cal Quantrill under, and I got it at what did I get it at? Because I took it on one of those exchanges, but it's I'm seeing 110. You shouldn't have to pay more than 110 for it, but I got it at I'll tell you right now, plus 120. So yeah, that's what I got it.
It's a good price for a guy that's been performing well lately and who
absolutely
has better command than you might think. So
yeah,
I can get behind that. I'm gonna give Quantrill some props because we were fading him blindly earlier in the year, and he's actually figured some stuff out. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He might be. Do you think he could be traded to a team?
I actually think that Miami's in a weird spot because they always sell because they're poor. So they try to get rid of anybody, but they've actually been playing decently lately. I am wondering if there is even a chance that they decide to just see what happens. They're not going to make a playoff spot anyway, but what are they, 5 under 500 at this point? They've actually been pretty good lately. Do you think they're actually going to be selling, or do you think they might be less willing to sell than normal because they're actually playing?
They're always selling.
They're naturally in a state of selling. But
they're a non-solvent organization. They are always in the process of selling.
I like the term unserious organization because they really just never. It's like what Tampa does. Tampa actually wins games, but the argument is when they're good.
Not lately.
No, but the point is even when they're good, they're just not willing to actually pay guys. Tampa tried that one time, and then the guy was running away from police in a foreign country for 8 months. But that's the one time they tried to pay somebody. So they might not do that again. But the point is, Miami, I think, has a pretty interesting situation right now because the young guys are playing well. Quantrill's this random veteran on a staff. Maybe he's a good locker room guy. I don't know. But I think he's actually been okay over the last month or two. We'll see what happens. But I think a team could potentially make a pitch for him. Wouldn't shock me if they wanted to get a back-end veteran starter in that rotation.
Or even just a innings-eating reliever in the playoffs.
Yeah, I could see a team. I'm trying to think like Boston maybe. Trying to get another starter.
Or even Philly.
No offense, but the Giolito experiment has not been going too well the last couple outings.
He was great the other day. After that first inning, he settled down really well.
That happened against the Cubs, but then the start after that, the Phillies killed him in the first inning too. So it's
I
been
mean,
kind of
he's bad in
shaky.
the first. Yeah, he's bad in the first. He's still like he killed like 7 guys.
Yeah, but you're also throwing in Fitz and a couple other guys. You could, in theory, look for a more trustworthy veteran presence in the back end of that rotation. For example.
Yeah.
So there you go. For my first prop, though, on the show, I'll mention it because we talked about him earlier. The Yankees might trade for Suarez because Peraza stinks.
Stinks.
And he's really, really bad at
He's
the plate.
really bad.
Now, there were a couple of different lines available. I saw plus 105, I saw plus 110, but I did see Bet365 had his bases, the under half a base is at plus 120, a very good price for a very bad hitter. Give me the under half a base on Peraza at plus 120. He's had 0 hits in 18 of his last 25 games. He's also had less than 3 plate appearances in 4 of his last 5. So the Yankees know he stinks. They pinch hit for him all the time because he can't hit in the later stages of games. And Taijuan Walker's pitching, who I know is not very good, but on the road, he's been okay, actually. He has 24 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 2.19 ERA. Simply put, I don't think Peraza's an MLB caliber hitter, so I don't really care who's pitching.
He's awful.
He's really bad. Plus
He's
120
really
is
bad.
a gift.
I think I agree with that. He is below replacement.
Yes, and I looked it up on Handigraphs, by the way. It's not like he has a high expected batting average and he's been unlucky. No, he's just really bad.
He's really bad.
So give me the plus money play. Peraza, plus 120 for no hits. I think it's a great price. That'll be my first prop for the show. You want to move on to your second prop?
Yeah, my wife's like, I think you need to reset the modem because the Wi-Fi is down. I'm like, I'm on a show live, so I guarantee it's your computer, not the Wi-Fi.
I'm going to ask, is your wife the most tech-savvy person, or is she just, pass
I have
through?
nothing that I can reply to that people aren't going to think is a mean comment.
Okay.
So, okay.
That's fine.
Going from the guy who doesn't seem to walk folks to a guy who does walk folks, Gavin Williams are going under 4.5 Ks, plus 115. Absolutely nobody on this Royals team is striking out right now. Every single player has a K rate below 15% over the last 30 plate appearances. 6 of 7 right-handed pitchers against them have gone under their K line. He's also off a 1-walk performance, and he's walked usually 4 guys a game. So I really expect that to regress. He's under his Ks in he's also, this is a night game. He's under his K prop 4 under his last 5 games at night. KCR, 3rd lowest K rate in the last 2 weeks overall. So Gavin Williams under 4.5 K is plus 115. I like the under in that game too.
Yeah, I like the under in that game too. You're mentioning Williams, who always runs into pitch count issues because he walks so many guys. So you might see him only go 5.
Yeah.
So that's a thing there. Yeah, until he gets the command under control. You mentioned the K rates have been very impressive for Kansas City recently. That's why they've been scoring more runs. They're actually touching the baseball, which I cannot say was a thing for most of the season. But yeah, I like how they've been performing at the plate. Gavin Williams is a guy who I'm not as high on as other people, mainly because the command issues are always there. And the Royals, of course, seen him before because they're in the same division. So I do think it's a good spot for Williams to struggle. So I can get behind what you're saying for the strikeouts under for this game. Anyway, before we get into my second prop for the show, a reminder that we are brought to you by our sponsor, which is Circa, because they are still hosting the biggest football contests in the world, the pro football contest, Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo. Over 21 million guaranteed prizes. You can't call yourself a true DGen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. Coming out with SGPN at the Circa contest weekend, August 21st through the 23rd, for an amazing weekend, including live shows and open bars. Plus, you get 15% off a stay at Circa with the code SGP15. Contest open to everyone. Sign up in Nevada. Play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Nick Fantasy because they're doing Best Ball Mania happening all summer long. Give away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million for first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. The best ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Under is also available for pick'em. If you want to try using entries for a chance to win up to 500 times your entry. When you sign up, though, use the code MLBSGPN to get a special pick. And your first time deposit offer up to $1K in bonus cash on fantasy promo code MLBSGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first couple props we have for the Friday card. Time to keep rolling with my second prop on the show. For this one, I'm going to go with a player who has been a very, very solid player. He's a future Hall of Famer, but recently he's been really, really bad. I did the same logic with Lindor the other day, and that worked out easily. I'm going to go with Mookie Betts this time around. I'm going to go with the under 1.5 bases, a minus 115. He might bat leadoff, which might be a bit scary, but he has been really, really bad lately. He's had less than 2 bases in 9 of his last 11. He's had less than 2 bases in 8 of the last 9 road games. He also sat a couple games to try to get him back on track potentially, so he's clearly not healthy. We'll see how he does in this one, going back to Fenway. But Bayo's pitching for Boston, who's been really good lately. Last 4 starts, 26 in the third, 18 hits allowed, so not giving up that much contact, and is an ERA of 2.73. I get it might be an emotional homecoming, I guess, even though Mookie's played in Fenway since the trade. But I still think Bayo's pretty good, and Betts, simply put, has been really bad for the last month or so. And I can get under 1.5 bases at minus 115. It works for Lindor, and I'm getting a good price. Give me Betts under the 1.5 bases, minus 115.
He stinks.
So, he's been really, really bad. So there you go.
Okay. He stinks.
You've been mentioning the Dodgers struggling because they're older and, it's not really going
the oldest
well.
team in the league.
Yeah, Betts has been looking like a shell of his former self. He might figure it out at some point. He's still very talented, but right now he is completely lost, and I'll fade him because of it. So there you go. That's my second prop for the show. What do you like for your third prop on the show?
My third prop on the show. So I don't know if you checked the news today.
I did because you sent me the news report.
Well, let's just double check.
I actually knew about I knew about it anyway, but you sent me the news.
Well, I sent it for you for the purposes of our stuff. So, by the way, the guys, when you do the Dean Kramer cap, you can't be checking news on first of all, you can't check news on the Hebrew Times. It's going to be way too biased. So you got or Jerusalem Times. You got to check CNN or something, something at least natural. Anyway, point is, ABC News is what we're going to use on this one, reporting that France is going to recognize Palestine as a state, is starting in September. We figure this is going to be news that is probably going to distract our favorite Israeli baseball player, Dean Kramer. So he's also been just lights out, so he's kind of due for a little bit of nonsense here. His stuff at home is K stuff's not actually what everybody thinks it is. He's getting K rates, but he has really low whiff rates. He has really low chase rates. So basically he's getting good calls. The ground ball rate's still bad. He's got a 319 slugging against him in the last 5 starts. 6 of 9 of the projected starters today on why am I blanking on who he's playing for? Let me see. Baltimore's playing Colorado. Says 6 of the 9 guys on Colorado have batting averages over 300 over the last 5 games. I get that they were playing at course. So anyway, what does this all mean? It means we're taking 2 things here. Official show play is Dean Kramer over 5.5 hits allowed, which is given that they need Orioles need starters to eat innings. He'll be out. I expect him to have a leash and be out there. And then also I like as a bonus play, I like Rockies first to 3. I don't want anything to do with their bullpen, but we're going to take this. We got, again, Kramer's only been over this once in his last 6 starts, but he is due for some regression. We're seeing it in the BABIP. So let's, kind of scary, but we're going to take the Rockies to get 6 hits on him, which I think is doable. It's a minus 135. You can get it on an exchange at minus 108, but minus 135 otherwise.
Yes, we are bringing back the Iron Dome system.
Iron Dome system, guys. Dean Kramer distracted equals this. Also, if you guys are like, well, this is all a BS cap, I don't really care about this. So 6 straight right-handed starters against Colorado. 7 of the last 8 have gone over their hits line. Kramer, and also if you look their first games after they have a homestand, they usually get tons of hits against the guy. They usually get 6 or 7. I tracked that one. Also, he's over in 7 of 10 starts this season when he's had 5 days rest.
Okay, There you go. I like how we're pivoting, though, because we don't trust the Rockies to actually score runs, so we're not taking the earned runs. We're going with the hits instead. So I like the pivot from that.
Yeah. I don't want to have anything. I do think that they score. I think they score. Like,
Yeah.
I think the Rockies possibly win this game, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I do think that they could score 3 runs, but yeah, 5. Give me the hits. I don't want to have anything to do with sweating them to get around the bases.
Yeah, I can get behind this pivot as well. So for my last play, I'll go with the singles line because why not? I'm going to go with the pro singles line. Give me Josh Jung. I'm going to take the over half a single at plus 100. I mean, it's spelled Jung. So
I
I'm
know,
say
but
Jung.
it's Young. It's pronounced Young.
Is it?
Yes.
I think you just made that up.
I didn't make that up. He's not Vietnamese though, but if he was, that's how you would pronounce it.
Josh is a very common Vietnamese name.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Yeah.
Young spelled with a J is.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm
Did
going
you
to
see
go.
Platoon?
I actually did see Platoon.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so
I did. I saw that movie a long time ago, though. I forgot. That was the movie that was mainly spoofed from. Was it Hot Shots?
No, Platoon. Hot Shots 2 is
Hot Shots was one of those Hot Shots movies. Was like a spoof off Platoon.
yes, Hot Shots 2.
Okay. Part 2.
Part 2.
Part 2? Yeah, okay. But yeah, either way, point is I'm gonna go with his single in this one at
Okay.
around plus 100. He's been good lately. He's had at least one single in 7 of the last 9, at least one single in 5 of the last 6 home games. But you have Wentz pitching for Atlanta, which sums up how bad Atlanta is. Wentz stinks, and Jung's been really, really good against him lifetime. He's 4 of 6 lifetime against him. He has a couple extra base hits. But I do like the fact that he's batting in the middle of the order. He's been good lately. Texas has been rolling, and I do like the fact that he's been very good head-to-head wise against the starting pitcher for Atlanta, who stinks in general. Give me Jung over half a single at plus 100.
I'm going to look it up.
Okay.
Hold on.
You can if you want to.
I am. I'm looking it up. Here we go. I got to watch it. Google first.
I mean, when it comes to Young, I remember Michael Young from the Rangers. That was spelled the normal way, but I'm assuming it's just Jung.
Young.
It is Young.
It is Young. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. If he gets a single, I'll call him Young. If he doesn't get it, I'll call him Jung.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
There you go.
So either way, point is I'll take a single. Wentz is pitching. This is how you know the Braves are a joke. So there you go. Give me the single play at even money as my final prop for the show. Time for the miscellaneous section. You have anything for DPs?
2 DPs.
Okay.
Tampa Bay, because Littell's on the mound. I love the Mets DP. I like the Mets today in general. Like the Mets. I took the Mets. I made you take it too. So guys, just so you guys know how it works. Scott goes to bed at 1. No, Scott goes to bed at 3.
I went to bed at like 3 a.m. last night.
Scott goes to bed at 3. I go to bed at like midnight. In between, we talk to each other in our sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And we wake up to each other's plays that we make the other one take. Effectively.
Pretty much.
Different sports, we lean on different things. Like anything he says on WNBA and NBA, I take. And
we have a boost expiring in 30 minutes. Build something.
Yeah, build something.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, so miscellaneous. I like the Mets to DP today. Clay Holmes. You want to find guys like I know that some people are trying to find their own ways to doing DPs. I would urge you just to talk to me. I'm very experienced in DPs. Often been called the DP king. So just
it's even more impressive because you're married.
It's even more impressive. I was about to make a comment about my wife, so this is good. We're on the same page. If you want a guy with a high whip and a high LOB ground ball rate, that would be Clay Holmes. So yeah, I like the run line on the Mets today. It's plus 200, by the way, for that. That's a juicy play. But yeah, we're going to take the Mets to do a DP, Tampa Bay to do a DP, and then we'll build our underdog play. But I really like Gavin Lux today.
Okay.
So we'll see.
We'll get into that in a second. But
Yeah.
You have anything else you want to share? Any bases?
The
any
Rockies
dongs?
first to 3 I had to, but that was like my miscellaneous.
Any dongs? Any bases?
No, I can't really give you a good sense on the dongs because my major signal for those is Pinnacle odds, and all of Pinnacle's home run odds are down right now. So I'm not taking any home runs right this moment. But if I were just like
down as like a glitch in the matrix, like just
down is in a glitch in the matrix. But I'll look right now. I'll tell you who might possibly, according to our data, let's see, last 5. Let's use a save filter on handigraphs. You guys can use, what is it? SGPN. That's a code, or SGPN HG. One of them. It gives you $10 off. Let's see. Dongmen is my filter. All right. People who should be hitting home runs today. Jazz might.
Okay. I was going to guess somebody against Mikolas.
Who are they playing?
They play the Padres.
Jackson Merrill.
Okay.
I like Jackson Merrill. His ISO is really low, but Jackson Merrill probably if you want a Padre. And then I really like Gavin Lux. So Gavin Lux is going to be a play either way. So I think we just take his HRR. Actually, I'm gonna make that a bonus play. We're taking it.
There you go. Anyway, before we get into the best bets and the automatic entry, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is MyBookie.ag. Who's Bookie?
MyBookie.
So you can use them to bet on a bunch of sports. They have, of course, baseball, they have tennis, WNBA, golf, and of course, football futures. They're also available in a ton of locations. Use crypto for fast payouts. Use a positive sign up though for your new account. Use the code SGPN to get 100% sales match up to 1K. Terms and conditions apply. MyBookie.ag promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm because they have powered trends now, which are the best of the best for what the house model has to offer.
Those things smack.
They've been smacking for WNBA last night. They were very good. The night, I believe they were 4-1 for the night before.
Yeah, they crushed.
Yeah, you're looking at power trends though. They're updated every day. They're only available on Rhythm, and you can definitely make some money backing them. MLB has been good. Win rate is 63%. WNBA win rate is 63.6%. Down the Rhythm app, check out power trends. Start betting smarter. You can also try out the platform for free for a week by using the Center for Trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm to get your 7-day free trial. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through all the props we have for the show. Time to move on into our favorite plays out of the ones we mentioned. Adam, what's going to be your favorite prop out of the plays that you listed?
It's going to be the Quantrill under walks.
That's what I assumed it was going to be.
Yeah.
So you're going to go Quantrill. What was the price on that again?
I got plus 120, but it's minus 110 some places.
Okay. So Quantrill under 1.5 walks is yours. I'm going Peraza at plus 120. It's just too good to pass up on. He stinks. Plus 120 is a very, very good line. I'll take that. I know that Taijuan Walker is not very good. He might not go long anyway, so we'll see what happens, but Peraza is a guy who is just not worth a damn. Give me the under on his half a base at plus 120 as my favorite play for the show. Anyway, time to move on into the underdog entry. We've been on a pretty good run lately for underdog. I'll ask you if there's anything you want to recycle, if you want to just build from scratch.
Let's build some stuff from scratch.
Okay.
Let's put this.
It sounded like we wanted Gavin Williams' fantasy score on there.
Yeah, but we have the under in that game. I just don't like him to K.
No, I actually do wonder the breakdown of fantasy points, but we're not picking strikeouts, so I just question how exactly the fantasy score gets accumulated. Because
it's high, it's 30.
I was going to say though, but how many points do you get per strikeout?
Okay, you get 5 points for a win, 5 points for a quality start, 3 points for a strikeout, 3 points for innings pitched, -3 for earned runs.
I mean, it sounds like we kind of want the lower because we're picking a minimal number of strikeouts, and it's mainly because the pitch count's going to be high. So he's probably not going many innings either.
He's probably not going more than 5.
Correct. So based on that, you have no quality start, you have not enough strikeouts, and
okay,
you're
let's
probably
do
not
that.
getting
Let's
a
do
win.
that. We'll do that. We'll take. Okay, so that's there for sure. Other plays that I have that I really liked were.
I mean, did you want to use Lux in there? Because we can if you want to.
I really like Lux.
We'll do Lux HR. That's fine.
Okay. I just bet that solo too. I really like that.
That's fine.
And then power trend.
Sure. Works for me.
I think Will Warren gets killed today.
I think the Phillies have a good lineup to kill him. He's been very good at home, to be fair, but when you have a lot of power...
He has, but he hasn't. He's
been battling, but he's been surviving, but Philly's a dangerous offense. No matter
his expected ERA at home is 4.87.
You get Schwarber and Harper with a short porch.
He's terrible against lefties. Yeah. I one of those guys is hitting a home run, is in my opinion. Okay, so do you want to do... I took Warren over his walks.
Okay.
Do you want to do a Warren lower fantasy score? Or no? Is that... It's 26.5.
I mean, we could
How
do
about
that.
lower outs? His outs is his outs we wouldn't bet on its own, and it's a power trend. It's because it's minus 189.
The only what are the outs at?
15.5.
I mean, the Yankees had a day off yesterday, so the bullpen should be fine, but that bullpen is so bad. I just wonder if Boone basically...
Montreal under 4.5 hits allowed. But then you're like...
No, because I actually like Milwaukee's offense. I think that I'm fine with Warren. The problem is with that bullpen right now, I wonder if Boone lets him wear it a bit, because that bullpen's a joke.
What about... Okay, here's a better one. How about Shota over 4.5 hits allowed? Because the White Sox have been pretty good against lefties lately.
That's fine. He goes distance anyway.
Okay, let's do it.
Works for me.
Okay.
Cleveland saying that he can't believe that we're fading Kramer and Erev Shabbos. So
I mean, it's not the first time.
It wouldn't be the first time.
What a payout on this. Oh, no, never mind. It's because I have two things in here.
You do that every time. Every time. What a payout. Oh, wait a second. I forgot that I have two other plays from this.
Okay, so we got Gavin Lux higher, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Shota Imanaga higher, 4.5 hits allowed. That is a power trend. And Gavin Williams lower, 30.5 fantasy points. And the multiplier is just 6.
There you go. That's fine. So that's going to be our entry for Underdog. It's going to wrap it up for the show. We'll be back once again for the prop show on Monday. I'll be back later at around 5 p.m. Eastern to break down the Saturday games. So I'll be back later on to get into the other episode for today on the channel. Till next time, find me on Twitter, Rich Radio. Find him on Twitter at Hey Rosenberg. And good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.